classes where teachers are like, well, I didn't reserve the lab, so if you could bring in a computer, that'd be great, because otherwise you have to like do it on your free time. So like if we had that, then we wouldn't have that issue.
I think we'd still have that issue though of just saying, well, you've been provided with a computer, now take it home, go do your work.
Well, no, because it's not taking it home, it's like it's at school, and they're asking you to bring something here to work on it at school, and you can't.
Okay, I've heard a comment that it'd be annoying. How would it be annoying in your opinion?
Wi-Fi's not fast enough.
I think the iPad and like a computer would be fine.
It'd be a large transition of changing over how we're going through class stuff. And with so much of the stuff when we're doing stuff on the screen or like on devices, it often is slow and doesn't work anyways. Or like there's glitches come up, so it's like.
But I think it'd be a good transition just because it'd be more up to date. Because like the universe is always getting more advanced in technology, so I just think it would be a better advancement for our school.
Okay, so budget-wise for our school, since we all know we don't have a good budget, how much do you think it'd take out of our budget for school to get one-to-one technology?
Well, if each MacBook was $1,000, it would be a lot of money.
I want to say also it depends on like the devices they decide to get for one-on-one technology. Because if they end up getting something that's too expensive, then it'll just get destroyed by kids and it'll be a waste.
Then it's
But
also.
if they go on something on the low end, will it actually have the power to work reliably
Yeah.
with
Chromebooks.
Chromebooks are good.
Compared to here, would one-to-one technology be better than what we already have now?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we are efficient enough with what we have, but I'm sure it could help.
I kind of like the system of checking out the iPads and stuff because that means that no one's keeping them in their lockers and they're getting broken and stuff like that. It kind of makes it, it's annoying because so many people are using them and it's not at all one, but like, I think it's safer and more affordable when you have it.
What about the kids who don't?
Yeah, a lot of teachers expect kids to do online stuff and they don't have.
And they don't have
computers.
Well, some people don't even have Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi works like
So annoying.
once a week.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you think we could, if we get one-to-one technology, how would we monitor it? Like, monitor it as what people go on, what people use?
You still use it, block it the same way you do on school Wi-Fi.
But I mean, if we have to take it home and we connect it to our Wi-Fi at home, and the Wi-Fi is different, we could go on so much more that's not blocked. How would we monitor that?
Why would you need to monitor it?
Because you have those people that would go on sites you're not supposed to,
Download stuff and then bring it back to the school.
and it causes viruses to happen here.
Can't you look at the history? Look
Yeah, you
at
could look
Chromebooks
at
better.
the
I get what you're saying.
You can, but you also have those people that know how to go through and find the history and delete everything.
That's what
Well,
Andy's for. He'll help.
Well, but on this such a massive scale of now, that's 400 new devices entering the school, plus you have all the computers and all the labs to go over. It'll be so hard, like, if our device alone, like, that is a lot of
How students just, if they don't have a computer or Wi-Fi, they just go to the library?
Yeah.
Or McDonald's.
That's the next question I was gonna ask you. If we do get one-to-one technology, how would that affect our library here? Because if we get one-to-one technology, do you honestly think a lot of people would go to the library to check out books or whatever and use computers that they need to find something?
What's the
Yeah.
average?
If you, I mean, you can go to the library and check out a book, the computer's not gonna have every book that you wanna read, or you're gonna have to buy it on the computer. And then the same thing if you can't take your laptops home. Cause honestly, if I wouldn't send home a $1,000 laptop with a student. I would make sure they'd stay at school. So they would still have to go to the library after school if they needed to work on homework if they didn't have a laptop or internet at their own house.
Or if we still have the same system, we could check out the laptops and send them home, just make sure they bring them back next day, basically.
Well,
What about those kids who don't do it?
Why can't you figure
Yeah,
out
there's
how
so
other
many-
schools do it?
There's so many books that go missing from the library every year.
I think it's too, like, you have to hold those kids accountable too, so like, there's not gonna be everyone, there's only gonna be like a choice few people or a couple people, you know, that are gonna do that, so if they do that, then like, you lose all the privileges, like, you just
You-
set up
Then
a
you're
system,
out
so
of
like,
the
you have
fine.
a thing, that if you do something wrong, then you're gonna get in trouble for it, so.
I feel like they have to pay for it.
How,
You break it, you buy it.
Yeah.
it's just like a book.
Other schools do it.
how would the one-to-one devices be managed? Like, would they be issued out freshman year and then have to be returned senior year and like returned over the summers? Or would it be like almost a mandatory of every student incoming needs to buy their own in a way?
I don't think it'd be students buy their own, it'd be the school would buy them, but they hand them out each year, but like at the end of the year, you have to turn them back in. And then you get it again the next year.
So how do you make sure that people will actually turn them back in? And they should
Because it's just like, and it's just like a library book, you check it out, so you have to check it back in. If you don't check it back in, they're gonna know, because your name is on it.
Your name's on it, no matter the laptop.
It's the same thing, like, when you go to graduate, you have all these fines that you have to put in. If you don't turn in all these fines, you don't get to graduate.
I think it's just being overcomplicated, like, you have a system of like, rules that you have to follow and stuff, and you try to implement them, and you don't, and you get a punishment, you just take it away. It's no different than like anything else.
Plus, most kids do have a computer at home, so if they used it, they'd probably be using it in school. But if they did check it out, it is like a library book, so it's your responsibility.
It's the exact same thing, just a
I
lot
would never
expensive.
use it and it would just be like, what do I do with this so I don't break it?
Okay,
'Cause I
well,
wouldn't-
that's all I wanted to ask you guys. So thank you for your time.
Thanks, Cameron.
Thank you.
How would one-to-one technology affect our school budget if we got any?
It would greatly affect our school budget because all of that is very expensive for every student to be able to have access to an iPad or iPod or some netbook, something like that, a technology device.
Who would be in charge of it all?
Probably the technical department. I would think a better option would be if each classroom had set up so that the teachers would be more responsible to use that in their classroom versus the one-on-one, but that would be what I would think.
How is if we got one-to-one technology, how would it be compared to the technology we already have?
Well, it would definitely be a big change because everybody would have technology to use in classes. We would have to change the way we do some of our class activities because I think one-to-one technology is something that the teachers have to be really involved in, and it would have to be something that the teachers would probably change the way that they would do some of their class activities. And you'd have more individual, or I should say group discussions or group activities with that, I would think.
How can you monitor 300 plus students that all have the same technology?
It would be very difficult. It would be a lot. I don't know how our technology department would be able to manage that. It is a huge undertaking.
How would it affect the library?
I would hope that we would also have some available, and we may have it so that it is checked out to each individual, so it probably would create more of a checkout system. They'd probably come through, like right now when we get technology in, I load the records and the serial numbers, all of that information is loaded into our system, and so we would have to do that with all of these, and then they would be checked out to each student. So it would probably be more, the library would be involved with that a lot more.
Would it affect the students of checking out library books?
I don't think that it would necessarily replace all of the books that we have. We do have some ebooks, and there are more things that you are able to get online, but I don't think we would totally ever go away from the paper copies. But yes, it would probably change how we do some of the materials. We would check it out electronically.
Okay, so How can you monitor 300 plus students if we all have one-to-one technology?
I feel like there should be check-in dates, like every so often the students have to check in with their technology to make sure that it's not damaged.
How would it affect the library?
I don't even know.
Like, would students still come in and check out books, or would they just stay on the computers?
I feel like they still do, seeing as there's like computers, they still check out books, so I don't think that there would be a huge difference. But people would still today use both resources, but I mean, obviously more technology based.
Who would be in charge of keeping all the one-to-one technology?
I feel like Mrs. Brodhead would say that aspect.
How is it compared to the technology we have here now?
I feel like it'd be a lot nicer if all the students had their own. They could work specifically, and like some kids don't have the technology at home when they're doing homework, so that would be very helpful for the kids that can't afford it.
What kind of tech do you think we would